confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, everyone.
Sir, voice is clear and the screen is visible. Thank you.
Okay, so if we had some introductory session, right? So reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. We've got very less coding, not even one-fourth coding. Just I'll take 5 minutes what we discussed in the last session. Very less coding, simple syntaxes, looks like normal English statements. Simple syntaxes, right? Interactive mode, we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Multi-programming features it has got. What all the features we see in different other programming languages, all the features we see in Python. Wide varieties of applications, thousands of wide varieties of applications, any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python for automation applications, for big data, for data science, for networking, for embedded, for desktop, but different varieties of applications we are using Python today. Many built-in libraries, thousands of modules, 89,300 modules Python has got for different environments. Whatever environment you are from, Python is providing a module. General purpose programming. Python is not for a particular purpose. It's for general purpose for all the purposes. It's a high-level language, easily understandable, it's portable and platform independent. Can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. And interpreted language, line by statement execution. Supports all databases. Extensible and programmer-friendly or user-friendly programming. So Python Software Foundation, it is a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001 to foster the development of Python. In the year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award. President Guido van Rossum, headquarters Delaware, US. Official website python.org, from where you can download Python, from where we can see the documentation for each and every Python release. Okay. Python versions, first version like in the one version in the year 1989, second 2.x version in the year 2000, 3.x in the year 2008. The version what we are using currently is 3 version. Latest version of Python, Python 3.13. Stable version of Python, Python 3.12. Stable version of Python, Python 3.12. Stable version is nothing but mostly used version. And Python installation, just once again, Python installation, right? Just go to this python.org website. Yes. Go to this python.org website, right? Within this, go to the downloads folder, and that go to all releases. Go to this active Python release. Not for active Python releases. Go for looking for a specific release. Yes. Looking for a specific release, select this Python 3.1, 3.7. Yes. So Python provides two software for Windows, 32-bit and 64-bit. You can check all the files here for Windows 64 and Windows 32-bit. Windows 64, just I'm clicking on this, your download will start automatically. Download started. Just 27.4 MB of size. Check this 27.5 MB of size. Click on that exe file or go to the downloads folder, click that exe file. Don't forget to select this add Python to path. It will select add Python to path variable of OS. Go for customize installation. It automatically selects all these things. Say next. This create shortcut for install apps. Nothing to select, everything it will be pre-selected whatever required. So I just want to install where you want to install Python. I doesn't want this big path. I want a small path. just within the C drive, just install it. In the C drive, Python 3.13 folder will be created. Within that, the Python will be installed. Say install, that's it. Hardly it takes 30 seconds to install Python. Setup was successful, close it. Yeah. So whether it is properly installed or not, go to this search, go to command prompt, say enter. Here if we type Python, Python version and Python interpreter, right? Python version, Python interpreter, any valid Python statements you can type. Y as 4, what is X, what is Y, what is X plus Y, X minus Y, X into Y. In this way, it's working fine. Python is successfully installed. We call this as interactive mode. We can interact with Python statement by statement in this way. This kind of interaction not possible in other programming languages. We say quit, you will come out of it.
Uh, Hello, sir.
Yes.
I have one question. We have installed Python 3 dot I guess 17, but we in the command prompt we are only entering the Python.
Hmm.
If we enter if we want to enter to 3.13, is there any specific command or only we need to enter the Python? Because in the Linux we need to go for the specific version. We need to use the Python 3 sometime and sometime the default Python. So what are those
Yes, yes.
differences?
In case of Linux, right?
Hmm.
Whenever you say Python, Python 2 version will be opened. So Python 3 version, if you want to open, we will say Python 3. It will show
3.
open the Python 3 version in the case of Linux. But here in Python, if you in Windows, if you have installed, because in Linux,
Hmm.
automatically you will be getting Python. You no need to install it. Automatically Python you will be coming as inbuilt along with Linux. You don't need to install anything. But in Windows, you are supposed to install the specific version, which version you want. Right?
Also, yesterday you have shown that you have installed multiple version of Python in your
Uh,
system.
Yeah, how to open a particular version. Now, in the
Right,
today's
right.
class,
Hmm.
today's session, I'll discuss.
Okay, thank
Now, in today's session, I'll just show you how to work with IDLE. Okay, so just I'm closing. If anyone wants to install a specific version of Python in Linux environment, this is the command sudo apt-get install Python 3.13. It apt-get install Python 3.13. Next, Python execution modes, two modes of execution. Interactive mode, just now I showed, we can directly type Python statements and the user can easily interact statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Advantage, to test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. If you doesn't know any Python functionality, you can type and check what output it is providing. Otherwise, for learning Python, it will be better. Batch mode, for developing applications, this interactive mode won't work. You need to go with the batch mode, means we write some set of statements or batch of statements. Within the editors or IDEs, you will write. IDEs means integrated development environments. Various IDs supported by Python, and save it by using .py. You will write multiple lines of code and create a .py file, and later you are submitting to Python. What are the various editors where you can write the Python code means? In Notepad and Edit Plus, right? For Windows. In Linux, VA and Nano editors are available if you want to create a .py file. But various IDEs, integrated development environments, in real time we use these IDEs. PyCharm, PyDev, Commodore, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter Notebook, VS Code. So different environments use different IDs. So for data science, like a Jupyter Notebook is mostly preferred. Even for big data, for typical web applications, PyCharm is mostly preferred. VS Code is preferred. Right. Among all this, PyCharm is the mostly used ID, mostly used one, right? Yes. Next, developing the first Python application within an editor. First, I'll show you. Later, I'll show you an IDE. Developing the first Python application within an editor. Example like Notepad. Open Notepad and type the following Python statements. Up to now, we didn't discuss anything related to Python. So just I'll take two numbers like x as 10, y as 20. I just want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations like print x plus y, some Python statements, print x plus y, print x minus y, print x into y, print x plus y, x minus y, x into y, and x by y. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Just copy this. This is a separate notepad. I'm opening a separate notepad. I'm pasting this code here. I'm now saving it. Control S. So within the C drive, just Python 8 AM batch. I created a folder. Can check it. Within this Python 8 AM batch, I'm saving it as sample1.py. Save it. So I'm writing here the same thing. Save as sample1.py. And now submit this file to Python as. Now submit this file to Python as. How I'm able to submit this file to Python, right? Now already the sample1.py is created. Now I need to submit to Python. So at the bottom search panel, type CMD and press enter. You will go to the command prompt. Here just type Python and specify the path and just submit that Python file to Python. Python to the Python, what you want to submit? Where is your file located? In the C drive. Python 8 AM batch, within that sample1.py. If I hit enter, automatically you will get the output. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Okay, fine. So just what you do, create a .py file in your notepad or using VI editor, just to say. In the case of Linux, say Python 3, your Linux terminal, right? But what is your observation here? Here, we are writing the code. Here we are writing the code at one place within the notepad and executing at the other place. We're executing the code at one place and executing at the other place. And executing at the other place at the command prompt. But to write and execute, you're writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE. IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment, which comes along with Python installation. Which comes along with Python installation. Which comes along with Python installation. Using which we can write and execute at the same place. Using which we can write and execute at the same place. So what is this ideally? What is this? Just I'll take the same code. So here we are writing within the notepad and executing at the command prompt. But instead of that, I want to write and execute at the same place. So here in the search panel, type IDLE. Type IDLE, right? Can you see IDLE Python 3.13 will get? The Python shell gets opened here in 3.13 versions. Now, just now someone asked, right? Yes. Just now someone asked. I have got multiple versions of Python installed. So just if you want to open which one. So here Python 3.1, if you want to work with Python 3.13, just click this. You can see this ideally, right? Click on this. Python 3.13 gets opened. And you can write your code and execute your code here. If you want anything like other version in Python 3.9 you want. So this ideally Python 3.9 opens like this. Python 3.11. If you want to open 3.11, okay. 3.11 gets opened. 3.13 means 3.13 gets opened. So in this way, whichever you want, that will be opened. Now let me open like ideally type it here. 3.13 gets opened. Here, if you want to work with interactive mode, 3 plus 5. If you want to, I doesn't want to work with interactive, I want to go for batch mode, 5. New file you say. File, new file you say. Then only you can see this run option. Whenever you say file, new file, then only you can see this run option. Can write the code here itself, execute the code here itself, writing the code here and running the code here. But before that, save it. File, Control S. Save it. The same Python 8 save it. Sample2.py. Now run it here. Run module. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Once again execute it. Run. Ten plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. Yes. So in this way, we can write the code here itself. We can execute the code here itself using IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. Understood, right? Yes. So yeah. Next is just entering into the technicals of Python, Python data types and variables. Python data types and variables. Every organization use case. Every organization use case has got data and operation. Data represented using data types or variables. Operations represented using functions. Data by using data types and operations represented by using functions. Okay. For example, any organization, take that example of a bank. Bank has got data and operations. Data means like customer data, customer name, account number, address, and balance. So operations like deposit operation, withdraw operation, transfer operations. So data represented using data types and variables, operations using functions. Later we discuss about functions. As of now, data types and variables. To make you understand much better, just observe this, comparing this with other programming languages. You got C or C++ or Java compared with Python. Python supports dynamic data types. Python supports dynamic data types. In other programming, what is dynamic data types? I'll come back. But before that, try to understand in other programming language like C, C++, or Java, if you want to define a variable like x equal to 10, compulsory this data type required. Y equal to 4.5, right? The data type float required. Z equal to hello. Yes. String is required, right? Without these data types, you cannot create these variables x, y, z. Data types compulsory, right? But in Python, directly I can say x equal to 10, y equal to 4.5, z equal to hello. X equal to 10, y equal to 4.5, z equal to hello, right? Yes. So no need to define any data types here in Python, right? Dynamic data types means, see, in case of other programming language, what kind of variable x is means based on this data type defining, you are saying it as int type. What kind of variable y is means based on this data type defining, you are saying it as float. Similarly for z, what type of data type it's string type. But here in Python, what kind of variable x is, what type of variable x is, means what value you are assigning based on the value assigned. What value you are assigning based on the value assigned? Yes. The variable is going to be created dynamically during runtime. So there is a function given by Python like type function, type of x, integer. Why it is integer? Because you have assigned a integer value. Type of y, float type. Why it is float? Because you assigned a float value. Type of z, string type. Why it is string? Because you assigned a string value to it. Yes. Now, to make you understand much better about this data types, I'm going to discuss 4 cases. Understand these 4 cases. If you have got any queries, you can unmute and you can ask. And from here onwards, I want the sessions to be interactive. Everyone unmute yourself and try to give the responses. Yeah. X equal to 10, what happens internally when you define some variable in Python? These things you won't be able to see, observe it. Internally, it creates one object with value 10. It is going to have some address, location. The address location is given to X. What X is storing? Don't say X is storing 10. X stores this address. Whenever you say, 3 things you need to understand here. Whenever you say print X, it goes to its address and prints whatever present as that address. Simply saying prints the content. Prints the content of X. Otherwise, prints the content at that address. Prints the content at that address. What is the content at that address? 10. Print, if you want to print the address itself, where exactly it is. ID of X. Prints the address of X. Prints type of X. Type function is also, this ID is also inbuilt function. Type function, type of X. Prints the data type of X. That is what? Integer type. So printing the content, printing the address, and printing the type. This case 1. Now observe this case 2. Now, everyone unmute and try to give your responses through voice, or you can also type your response in the chat. X equal 10, Y equal to 20. How many objects will be created? Yes, try to respond. For X equal to 10, Y equal to 20. How many objects will be created for this? Two. Everyone. First object with value 10, second object with value 20. For X equal to 10, one object with some address. For this also 104090. Okay, fine. Now try to respond. What is print X here, everyone? Try to respond. What is print X?
10.
10, right? It prints simply, you can say printing the content. ID of X, everyone. Try to respond. What is the address of X?
1030.
103070. Type data type of X. What value you are assigning? Integer value. So the type will be integer. Similarly, print Y, everyone.
20.
20. Address of Y.
1040.
Type of Y will be integer type. Two different variables X, Y with two different values 10, 20. Then two different objects gets created with two different addresses. Two different variables with two different values, then two different objects with two different addresses.
So, sir, these all are in the runtime.
Not runtime. Whenever you assign X equal to 10, what value you have assigned 10, right? So you assigned a value 10. As you assign 10, so X is what variable creates. So integer variable is going to be created. As you have assigned integer value, integer variable creates dynamically during runtime. Yes.
Okay. And is there any limit for the number like 103070?
In Python, all these are classes. For the classes, these objects are getting created. Integer is a class, float is a class, string is a class. In other programming languages, they will have some fixed size. You have got some fixed size, but here there is no fixed size for data types in Python.
Okay.
So in C language, integer size is 2 bytes. In Java, integer size is 4 bytes. In Python, there is no size for it. Case 3, observe this case 3 and try to respond, everyone. X is 10, Y is 10. Try to respond for X and Y. How many objects will be created? Yes, everyone. How many objects will be created?
2.
Observe carefully here, everyone.
One object.
Only one object will be created with value 10 with some address. This address given to X. What is that address? Say just I'm giving some address. That address given to X. So before creating object for Y, before creating object for it checked any object with value 10, if it is already available in the memory, the same address will be given to Y. Means X is 10, Y is 10, Z is 10. Don't think three objects with 10, 10, 10 will be created in the memory. only one object, the same address will be given to XYZ. You won't see any duplicate objects in the memory.
Okay.
The contents are same 10, 10, 10, only one object. For example, everyone respond. If X is 10, Y is 20, Z is 30, then how many objects will be created in such case?
3.
3. If the values are different, like 10, 20, and 30, 3 objects, that is case 2. X, Y, Z, all these 3 are sharing the same content and the address here. X, Y, and Z, are they sharing the same content and the address? Yes. I can say print X, print Y, print Z. They are printing 10. Print ID of X, ID of Y, ID of Z. So the contents will be same, the address will be same, type also will be same. Now observe this case 4 here. X equal to 10, not XY, X and X only. For 10, one object will be created with value 10 with some address. For 20, also one object will be created with some address. Now, whenever I say print X, what is the X value it prints?
20.
That will print 10 or 20 or both. What is your answer? Not XY, XX only.
20, sir.
So always it prints the latest value. So latest value is 20, yes. X value was 10 previously, now X value is 20, always it prints the latest value. Yes. Address of X means 104080, yes.
Sir, why the address is changed? Because we are entering the new number.
See, one thing, X can store only one value, X can store only X can store only one address, X cannot store two addresses, right? So if you
Right.
want to create this X equal 20, first it has to remove this from the memory and it has to create a new one.
Okay.
X cannot store two addresses. See, for example, your salary last year 50,000, your salary this year 80,000. Print a salary means what it prints?
80,000.
80,000, latest salary. For example, there is some calculating some tax. I want your old salary and this new salary, both I want to access. In such case, if you are saying salary equal to 50K, salary equal to 80K, always this 80K only will be accessed. But if you want to access both, you can say previous salary, current salary. Now you can access both. Here also, if you want to access both 10 and 20, don't give 10 X and X. X has 10, you give Y has 20. You can access both. Here also you can access both. But if both X and X means, always the latest X only will be considered. Right? Understood these
Right.
4 cases, everyone? Any queries in these 4 cases? Case 1, how to print the content, address, and type. Case 2, 2 different variables, with 2 different values, 2 different objects, 2 different addresses. Case 3, 10, 10, 10, only one object, one address. Case 4. X is 10, X is 20. Always the latest value will be printed. Now, coming back to this data types, right? Data types mainly are of two types. Data types mainly are of two types. Fundamental data types, collection data types. Fundamental data types means object in a simple way. Object holding a single value, object holding single value. Object holding single value, just observe. Collection means the name itself saying collection of values, group of values, set of values. Object holding multiple values. Object holding multiple values. So for example of this fundamental type, x equal to 10, one object with value 10 created with some address. The address given to x. Here object holding single value. Yes. Here object holding multiple values means example x equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Here also one object will be created. The object will be holding multiple values. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Is going to have some address. The address given to this. Here, object holding multiple values. Object holding single value, fundamental type. Object holding multiple values, collection data types. Right? Now, various fundamental data types. Fundamental data types. Mainly 5 types. Integer, float, integer, float, age 25, float something in height 6.3, boolean which returns either true or false, string like sequence collection of characters, city equal to Hyderabad, complex 3 plus x plus iy, x is the real part and this is imaginary part. Sequence collection of characters we call string, boolean values 0 or 1, 0 means false, 1 means true. Height 6.3, age 25, x plus iy, real and imaginary part, and various collection data types. Various collection data types. Mainly 4 types. List, tuple, set, dictionary. List tuple set. Python provides simple syntaxes. List by using squared bracket, tuple by using normal braces, set by using curly braces, dictionary by using key and value. Example for list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 elements, square bracket. For tuple example, y equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Tuple. By seeing the braces only, you should identify what collection it is. Z equal to curly bracket. Now, dictionary also like key value, same curly bracket, W equal to, for example, curly bracket, name, Ajay, age 25. So curly bracket inserts only values, but in dictionary key values will be there. Collection of key value pairs like name as key, Ajay as value. This as value. So we have got a lot of discussion on these collection types: list, list indexing, list properties, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, list modifications, right? Similarly for tuple, tuple operations, tuple indexing, tuple slicing, tuple functions, tuple methods, tuple operations set up this way, yes. But in the case of fundamental type, we have got a lot of discussion on string, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? Yes. So tomorrow my discussion will be on this string, right? So today just we are briefing you about Python execution modes, developing the first Python application within editor and also in IDLE, how to execute the code within this IDLE, Python data types and variables, fundamental types, collection types, and what happens internally, the 4 cases I discussed, right? Yes. So tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same timing at 8 o'clock using the same link to see more discussion. Then just check with the course content, right? Python basics, Python operations, operators, IDs, right? Flow control statements, looping statements, strings, collections, lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries, right? By functions in Python, models in Python, package in Python, errors and exception handling, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts, regular expressions, database access, Python data and time, operating system module, advanced concepts, graphic programming, and the Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Python pandas, right? Yes. And Python, NumPy, pandas, and matplotlib. These 3 things I'll do discussing in brief, right? So these 30 topics in brief I'll be discussing. 70 hours is the duration. We'll be spending around 70 hours, right? And people who wants to go for 2 months is the duration. 6,000 is the course fee. And people who wants to go for Python full stack web development, Django framework in brief. So before the Django, I'll be discussing UI technologies, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. With around 15 applications you'll be developing here, right? UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, MySQL, right? For Python, total Python full stack, it is 12,000, where you will see Python Core Advanced, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, Django, Flask. Check with this, right? Python Core Advanced, 70 hours, 2 months. And for UI technologies, this is the Django framework, 15 applications, Flask framework project. Topics from 2 to 6, it will take 70 hours to around 2 months, 7. Python for 70 hours, frameworks for 70 hours, totally 140 hours. Even if you want to go parallelly, Monday to Friday, you will be having Python classes. Saturday's framework classes will be there in the morning. 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday, 4 hours. Where if you want to go parallelly and if you want to complete in 2.5 months, you can, right? Timings of this batch, first 1 week it will be at 8 a.m. From second week onwards, it will be starting at 7 a.m. in the morning. Offerings from my side, each and every session video you will be getting. Soft copy of this class notes, assignments and tasks to work with. A WhatsApp group for technical discussions, resumes and interview questions, interactive hands-on sessions, 300 plus code examples in Python, 15 plus applications, right? Developed. Yeah. Any queries you got, anyone? Tomorrow also, same time at 8 o'clock using the same link. Tomorrow you can attend, but from day after tomorrow, the link will be changing, right? Tomorrow you can attend the session, right? We'll see more discussion on this strings. Any queries, anyone?
Thank you.
Okay, fine. If I'm done with the queries, then I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time, right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Bye.